Have you ever wondered if your guinea pig is truly happy with their environment and the care that you provide? Well, today I'm going to share with you all 10 tips to keep your guinea pigs enriched, happy, and thriving in their environment. So all enrichment basically means is to improve or enhance the value of something, and in this case that is the value of your guinea pig's life. So by providing your guinea pigs more things to do and by providing them enrichment, their quality of life will increase and they will be overall happier. So today I have 10 tips to share with you all on exactly how to do that. So tip number 1 is to provide your guinea pig with some sort of puzzle where they have to work for their food. My favorite kind is this forage ball. I got this off of Amazon, but there are a bunch of other kinds of forage balls out there. Basically, you can just put your pellets in these or any treats, put it in the cage, and your guinea pigs will have to roll it around in order to make the pellets or the treats slowly fall out. And this makes it more exciting for them versus just eating their food from a plain bowl. And in addition, if you have guinea pigs that are a little bit on the chunkier side, this also makes sure that they're getting exercise and they're staying in shape. And it overall is just a lot more interesting for them than eating out of a plain bowl. There's also other puzzle toys made for dogs or made for rabbits that can be good for guinea pigs that are a little bit smarter and can give them a little bit more of a challenge. And then another option, which I have used as well, is snuffle mats. This is basically a bunch of pieces of fleece sewn together in one large mat, basically, and then you sprinkle the pellets in there and they have to go under the little flaps of fleece, forage around and find them that way. You can make this yourself, and there's also lots of options on Amazon and discount stores and on Etsy as well if you want something a little bit more customized. Tip number 2 is to provide hay piles. Giving your guinea pigs a large pile of hay to burrow through, hide in, and munch on can be really exciting for them, and it often emanates what they would experience in the wild. Now, you don't have to provide hay piles all the time. I personally do, but it can get the cage to be a little bit messy. So if you don't want to provide them all the time, I find a good solution is to just give your guinea pigs a big pile of hay right before a cleaning day. That way they can get all messy, burrow in it, throw it around, and then you already know that you're set to clean the very next day. Tip number 3 is to provide forages. Forages are basically a selection of dried herbs or veggies that are healthy for your guinea pigs and introduce some more variety into their diet. So my favorite places to get forage include Small Pet Select, Well Kept Rabbit, and Crazy Critter Toys. All 3 of these websites provide a variety of forages that often also have health benefits. So for example, dried lavender could actually help relax your guinea pigs. Providing these forages not only gives their diet a little bit more variety, if you sprinkle them around the cage, they're actually foraging for the forages. And also the smell itself can be really interesting to your guinea pigs as well. To be able to smell a forage that's a little bit different from their normal diet, they can find that super exciting. Tip number 4 is kind of similar to tip number 1 in the way that you can do scatter feeding. So instead of just providing all of your veggies or your pellets in a big bowl or a large plate, you can instead scatter this across the cage. So you could put your veggies on top of hides, within hides, underneath your hay piles, or just sprinkle them around on the ground. And this way your guinea pigs have to walk around, look for their veggies, use their noses to smell them out, and they aren't just all piled right in front of them. And if you own more than 1 guinea pig, this can also be helpful because this will make sure they're not fighting over a central area of food. If the food is scatter fed and spread out, they'll be able to get away from each other and find their own food, and it'll decrease any territorialness around that as well. Like I said, you can do this with veggies and also pellets, forages, treats, whatever you're feeding your guinea pigs can be scattered around the cage to make them work for it, make them explore, and make everything a little bit more interesting. Tip number 5 is an easy and cheap one, and this is to rearrange your hides every time you clean your cage. So what you want to do every time you clean is to move your hides around. You don't want to just pick it up, clean your cage out, put your hide back down. Think about different ways you could lay out the cage, whether this is moving the litter box, moving your tunnels, or even doing a hide rotation, which is what I often do, which means every week when I clean my guinea pig cage and I do my full clean, I use new hides in the cage, sub them out for the old ones, and now it's like a brand new cage layout that they get to explore and have for the next week. If you're just setting up your guinea pig cage the same way every single week, eventually it's gonna feel quite boring to them. They're looking at the same hides in the same layout, and there's no chance for them to explore or try out new things. And it's also fun for me and for owners as well to get a chance to really decorate the cage. Not only is it fun for you, it's also fun for your guinea pigs and gives them a chance to explore a new environment. Tip number 6 is to provide floor time. Now this is a more optional way to provide enrichment if you have a safe area in your house where you can free roam your guinea pigs or roam them in a contained area for a certain amount of time. So if you don't have other animals like dogs or cats or predator animals that may hurt your guinea pigs, this could be a good way to get them out of their cage, get them exploring somewhere new, and just have fun with it. So if you are going to be letting your guinea pigs free roam a room or a large amount of space during floor time, I would recommend making sure you don't have any available cords for them to chew, or your cords have cord protectors on them, because guinea pigs will think that cords are food and they probably will try to chew them. If you don't really want to give your guinea pigs a whole room or a whole space to free roam in, you could always use a temporary pen or use some CNC grids and sort of set up a little area on your floor and just put them in there, let them roam around. Make sure to, of course, give them hay and places to hide. They don't want to feel fully exposed out in the open, but this also allows you to bond with your guinea pigs. You can sit in the pen with them in the way that you might not be able to sit in your cage. That way you can pet them, interact with them, and they get to be somewhere new where there's new smells, a new layout, and it's just really a win-win all around. Some people like to free roam their guinea pigs every single day. I personally don't think this is necessary if your cage has enough enrichment in it, but of course free roaming is an added enrichment and it's something exciting to provide to your guinea pigs. If you have the space and the means to keep that space safe and observe them while they're free roaming, I would never recommend to just put your guinea pigs in a room and then leave them alone. If they're out roaming a large space, I would definitely observe them, because you never know where they could get behind or where they could crawl up to. I had a guinea pig as a child crawl into the wood between our bathroom cabinet and the wall, and we had to cut her out. So please watch your guinea pigs when they're free roaming, use supervision, but of course it's super exciting and it's a fun way for you all to bond. Number 7 is to do toy rotation. So I'm sure lots of you have fun toys for your guinea pigs that they can chew on, play with, roll around, etc. But I find it's best that instead of just throwing all those toys in at once, you can actually rotate them out. So try a couple toys each week, and then when you do your cage clean, you can take out the old toys, put in the new, and swap it the following week, and your guinea pigs will probably forget that they just had those toys 2 weeks prior. It'll seem new and exciting to them. And if you have multiple herds or multiple groups of guinea pigs, I like to rotate my toys among the groups, and that way it's also interesting because they can smell each other and the toys seem new. So this is a good way to get more use out of your toys. Taking them away and then giving them back just provides a sense of newness for your guinea pigs, and it's also way more affordable than constantly purchasing new toys. Number 8 is to provide a variety of veggies. So this is a form of diet enrichment. I know that a lot of people only feed their guinea pigs maybe a collection of 2 to 3 to 5 staple veggies like romaine lettuce, red leaf lettuce, green leaf, parsley, and cilantro. Those are the most common that I see people feed, but I think it can be really interesting to give your guinea pigs a taste of something new every once in a while. So I like to personally go to the section in the store where they have fresh herbs. They're usually pre-packaged for like cooking and such, but they'll have things like thyme, rosemary. You can also find different veggies like watercress, and just try something new with your guinea pigs. Of course, when you're introducing a new veggie, only give a little bit. Too much of a new vegetable could cause issues with your guinea pig's stomach, but just a little bit is going to be exciting for them to try a new flavor, smell something new, even if they don't end up eating it. And of course, it also provides different kinds of nutrients to your guinea pig that they wouldn't get off of just the base selection of veggies that you do. So I like to give a little extra, a little something special every once in a while, and they usually like that and find it pretty interesting. All right, tip number 9 is to take your guinea pigs outside. Now I know this is not really an option for everyone. Many of us live in apartments or on rented houses, and we don't really know what kind of pesticides are sprayed on our lawns. But if you live somewhere where you have access to a grassy area that you know for sure is pesticide free, this can be a good way to get your guinea pigs outside, get them some vitamin D, and they can also eat the grass and explore around. I do recommend placing down some sort of pen to keep them contained outside. You do not want them just roaming around your yard. They could run away, a hawk could take them, something like that. You don't want them to just run around. You want to make sure they're contained. You want to make sure that you provide places to hide, a source of water, and you also want to make sure that you're always watching them. If your guinea pigs are outside with an open top type cage, do not leave them alone. A bird could come down and pick them up. And also there are snakes outside and other things. So when you take your guinea pigs outside, you want to make sure you're watching them and you want to make sure that they're secure. And you also want to make sure that the weather and the temperature outside is appropriate. Your guinea pigs should not be fully exposed in the sun and should have an opportunity to go in the shade or to go somewhere to hide. And you also don't want it to be too hot or too cold. I usually only take my guinea pigs outside if it were to be around 68 degrees Fahrenheit to about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. I really don't like to go out of that personally, just because I want to make sure they're comfortable outside and they're not going to overheat or they're not going to get too cold. And finally, the last tip, number 10, is companionship. So one of the easiest and most effective ways to enrich your guinea pig's life is to provide them with another guinea pig companion or friend. So this goes along with the recommendation that guinea pigs should really live in pairs of 2 or more. And I know this can be hard with some guinea pigs. Some don't bond well, some don't always get along with others, and of course there are exceptions. I have one myself who has not bonded well with others, but a way to get around this is to still place a solo guinea pig beside another guinea pig or even in the same room where they can hear the other guinea pigs and know that they're not alone. Guinea pigs are naturally herd animals, and so being able to interact with one another is going to be one of the most enriching things that you can provide for them. They naturally rely on each other for companionship. Providing them with friends is really beneficial. It's really great. And also, it's just double the fun to get to watch your guinea pigs interact with each other, watch them play together, eat together, chase each other around, sleep together, cuddle. It's just so much better than just watching one guinea pig. So I definitely recommend looking at companionship for one of the #1 ways to enrich your guinea pig's life. And that is all I had for you all today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did and subscribe to see more of my content. And if you'd like to see any other educational videos like this, please comment down below what you are interested in seeing. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye-bye.